During what has been described as an incoherent speech this past Thursday evening in Nashville, Donald Trump did something that could absolutely blow up his legal defenses in multiple different cases that he is facing. Because Donald Trump praised the insurrectionists, Capitol Rioters, for their, quote, tremendous spirit. Their tremendous spirit as they stormed the Capitol of the United States, committing what many believe to be an actual insurrection. Now, here's why that is a huge problem for Donald Trump. First and foremost, the United States Supreme Court has yet to issue their decision on whether or not Donald Trump can be expelled from the ballot using Section 3 of the 14th Amendment that prohibits anyone who engaged in or supported an insurrection against the United States. Colorado Supreme Court obviously said Trump supported it by not doing anything. But this little piece of evidence shows that not only did he support it by not doing anything, but he is now offering verbal support to the insurrectionists themselves. Now, the issue with that, obviously, is that we already had arguments in the case. If we had not had those arguments yet, this would have been front and center because this is very clear-cut Donald Trump supporting the actual insurrectionists. Like, no doubt about it, that is what that statement is, and that alone would disqualify him from the ballot. If we had a fair Supreme Court, they would also take this into consideration even after arguments have been considered. But we do not have a fair Supreme Court. We have a stacked pack of conservative ideologues who are not going to kick Donald Trump off the ballot. If it were based on the facts, if it were based on the law, it would be a unanimous decision to bar Donald Trump from being on the ballot this year. And this statement, if arguments had not already happened, would probably be introduced as Exhibit A. But even if it doesn't hurt him in the Supreme Court case, which again, it could and it should, probably won't, it will destroy him in the civil lawsuits that he is facing because he missed the deadline to appeal the fact that he doesn't have immunity in those. So he has to face those civil lawsuits from the Capitol police officers that were injured, from lawmakers, from civil rights groups. So he's still going to be sued for his involvement in the Capitol riot. This statement right here is going to be presented to jurors, telling them, look, he still supports them to this day. He supported them on the day of January 6th. He supports them to this day. That is why he is responsible for the injuries my client sustained. It's a damn powerful argument. Not to mention the fact that he still does have that criminal trial in front of Judge Tanya Chutkan that does include some of the events of January 6th itself, so this is probably a statement that Jack Smith is going to want to pay close attention to. But either way, Trump continues to go out there saying stupid things that will eventually come back to bite him. And for the record, that wasn't even the first time that week that he said something that's going to hurt him in court. Let's not forget that just a couple days prior to that, he went on Laura Ingram's program on Fox News and admitted that, yeah, he defied the subpoenas for the documents because he was entitled to have them. So I think the best case scenario for the Democrats right now is just let Trump keep running his mouth. Because every time he opens it, he makes his legal problems so much worse.